Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the whole elect. This lesson I want to get into an article I found a couple of days ago on End Time Headlines. It says, scientists develop brain, as you can see the word there, CHIP, C to the P, for monkeys to stop them from taking risks. And another word for that word you see there, brain, C to the P, is, what was the word I found on Google? Oh, integrated circuit, right? And you can Google search integrated, and basically it's taking, when you go into that word integrated, it's taking one thing and taking another object and putting it together. Now, obviously, I'll still say MOTB, but, just trying to find new words instead of saying, the C to the P word. So again, scientists develop integrated circuit for monkeys to stop them from taking risks, right? So let's get into the article. It says a dystopian integrated circuit has been developed by scientists to stop monkeys from taking risks. It says researchers at Kyoto University in Japan, hopefully I'm saying that correctly, use light flashes from the integrated circuit to speak to different parts of the brains in macaques. I'm going to guess that's the monkeys, or that's the name of the type of monkey. It says a tendency to take bigger risk was triggered by turning on the light on one side of the brain while flashing the other led to the monkeys selling for lower risk and reward. So basically, in simpler terms, essentially, they're controlling the minds of the monkey. This is pretty much brain control, right, through that integrated circuit, right? So what they're doing is making flashing lights on one side of the brain to pretty much alert the monkey to make a different decision. Now, as you know, they always do this stuff first with monkeys and things like that. They always test animals first, which is off as hell. You're messing with the mind of an animal, right? But they test this out on animals first, and then what? Then eventually comes what? Human trials. So they're seeing how this works on, let's just say, a less intelligent brain, right? Because we're all animals, but man is the highest form of intelligence. So they're seeing how they can affect a lesser intelligent creature, right? Which are animals, which they usually use monkeys. And then eventually it's going to go to human trials, which eventually they're going to want to do this on people and see how this works on people. Elon Musk with Neuralink, they were doing the whole test with the monkey was playing the ping pong, if I'm not mistaken, and I think it was doing something else as well. I can't remember, right? But I remember the ping pong. And then it was said last year that eventually, that this year now in 2024, they're going to move to human trials, human testing, right? So if they're seeing, or they're trying to, because essentially that's what it is, right? They're controlling the mind of the monkeys so that way they won't take less risks. Spoilers, I ruined the article for you, but I'm still going to go through it anyways. But basically, they're controlling the minds of the monkeys to stop them from taking high risk and to take lower risk. So if they're doing that on less intelligent beings, which are the monkeys, and eventually they're going to want to move up to human trials, what do you think that they're going to want to do with humans? They're going to want to do the same thing. They're going to want to study how the mind of a human works and how we can control the mind of a human and how we can make a human do this and how we can make a human not do this. Essentially, mind control via the subdermal device, which subdermal, if you break it up in the Latin, sub meaning under, and dermal going back to the Latin word derma, which is the skin, so under the skin. So let's read that again. It says, a tendency to take bigger risks was triggered by turning on the light on one side of the brain while flashing the other light led to monkeys settling for low risk and reward. Now, experts reckon the findings could lead to better understanding of the root cause behind gambling addiction. Of course, they have to throw it in there and say, hey, we're trying to understand gambling addiction. But you understand, okay, let's just say that this is true, right? Let's play maybe not devil's advocate, but let's just play into that, right? Let's just say that, okay, sure, they're doing this to find out gambling addictions and why people are so addicted to gambling, things like that, right? Well, eventually, don't you think the minds is going to get curious, right? And eventually, well, Why do people do this? Well, why do people say that? Why did this? And eventually it's going to lead to other things that they're going to want to test out and study and things like that, right? Because the same thing with the monkeys. If they're saying that monkeys have a tendency to go for high risk stuff, well, what else is in the monkey's nature that makes them do things that we question as well? Why do monkeys do this? Why do monkeys, they could say, well, why do monkeys always eat bananas all the time? Why just bananas? Why do they have such a love for bananas? What if we try to get them to eat something else? You see how it goes here, and then eventually you're seeing how they're messing with the Lord's creation, and they're altering the Lord's creation, right? If that's the nature of a monkey, that it goes for high-risk stuff, let the monkey do that, right? When you read the book of Genesis, it talks to you about how the powers saw that everything was good. So they saw it was good according to the Lord's plan. So a monkey having that nature, it's good in the sight of the Lord for whatever purpose that monkeys just have a high risk, or for lack of a better word, just do dumb shit for whatever reason. It's in the monkey's nature because the Lord wanted that way. And you trying to alter it and try to change it with flashing lights by putting a subdermal object in their body and trying to control, and trying to control what they do is messing with the Lord's creation. Don't you think that's going to have, I'm missing the word right now. For lack of a better word, don't you think that's going to have some complications to the monkey's psyche or whatever? Here it is, the monkey is designed to be a certain way, but here it is, you're messing with its natural instinct, right? Maybe that's a better word, right? The monkey's natural instinct is to do some dumb shit, right? High risk, high reward. Fuck it, I'm going to go for it all, right? No pain, no gain. But here it is, now you're like, no, let's not do that. You're messing with the monkey's psyche, and that could mess up the monkey's mind, right? The Lord had the monkey programmed and designed that way for a reason. It's not for you to come in there and put a device in them and now trying to understand and see, well, why did they do these things? They do these things because the Lord has a purpose for why they do that. So I continue again. It says, now experts reckon the findings could lead to a better understanding of the root cause behind gambling addiction, right now linking it to humans as well. Associate Professor of Neuroscience at Johns Hopkins University, Viet Stuporn, hopefully I'm saying that correctly, was not involved in the work but wrote in an accompanying commentary. This unexpected finding implies that two neighboring regions in the frontal cortex together regulate a risk attitude in a competitive push-pull-like fashion and can both increase and decrease risk-seeking. Monkeys are natural risk takers, and scientists started off by finding out how much this applied to the specific animals used in the study. They trained them to choose different colored spots with the potential of being rewarded with different amounts of water, right? So let me continue. It says some of the spots had a higher chance of giving water out than others, with larger amounts on spots that had a lower chance of yielding, Mail Online reports. The monkeys are understood to have largely gone for spots with higher reward and higher risk. Again, this is how they're designed. It's within them to be like that, right? And you messing and putting the integrated circuit in the body of a monkey is already going to mess with the monkey anyways. And now you playing God essentially with the monkey, and now like, oh, okay, well, let's see, what if we, flash the lights? And who knows what the flashing lights is doing inside the monkey's brain anyways. Let's flash these lights in the monkey's brain and make them go for, less risk, right? You're making the monkey fight against what it's naturally supposed to do. Essentially the same way how you put within society saying that it's okay for man and man to be together and woman and woman to be together. And now that's messed with the psyches of people, going against nature, where it's supposed to be natural. A man and a woman is natural and supposed to be together, right? But here it is, you've put in society, and when I say you, I'm talking about Esau Edom, has done now, or has done what now? Oh, no, it's okay for a man and man to be together. No, it's okay for a woman and woman to be together. Oh, it's okay for a man to change his plumbing. It's okay for a man to change his identity, and for a woman to change her identity as well. Oh, screw that. What is identity? There's 300 plus different identities. You could identify as whatever you want to identify. You see how it's messing with the minds of the people? And now the people out here are loco? Continuing, it says the monkeys are understood to have largely gone for spots with higher reward and higher risk. Using the integrated circuits, however, the scientists shone light into a part of the brain called Brodmann, hopefully I'm saying that correctly, Area 6, which is the part of the frontal cortex and is involved in planning complex and coordinated movement. So that's basically it of the article. Just going to get a precept or two. But essentially, they're messing with the Lord's creation. And again, putting these type of things, these integrated circuits, these subdermal devices inside of the Lord's creation, and you essentially playing God and whatever, pressing buttons or clicking buttons and flashing lights inside the monkey's brain and making it, take different options than what it's naturally supposed to do, is going to mess with the monkey. And it already came out as well that, the monkeys that were under the care of, Neuralink with Elon Musk, it came out that some of them either died or got messed up, showing that you're not supposed to put these things inside the brains of monkeys. And also, monkeys are not made for your test subjects, man. So how much more people? But this is going to come out where they're going to make a subdermal device, as written of in Revelation, the 13th chapter, right? An integrated circuit, which is the MOTB, right? And they're going to want to put it under the skin, whether it be the right hand or the forehead, and you won't be able to buy or sell without that, right? But who's to say as well that, if, let's just, imagine that Esau had any longer in his kingdom and things like that, and let's say he succeeded and got what he wanted. Who's to say that they don't sit there and say, well, you know what? We studied this on monkeys, and we saw why monkeys did this, or we want to understand why monkeys do this and why monkeys do that. Well, we already have this device in humans. Well, why does this individual, John Smith, do these type of things? We want to get an understanding of the human psyche. We want to get an understanding of the human mind. Why do they do this? Why do they do that? Why does John Smith act this way, right? And they're going to want to study each individual human and get an understanding of why you work the way you work. And that's going to mess up your mind. I did a video that they took down my, maybe mentioning, hopefully it don't take the channel down, but go watch Gotham. It might be on Netflix. I'm not too sure. But you could probably find it somewhere. Go watch Gotham season 5, where they show a subdermal device was put in the Riddler's head, right? Integrated circuit there. Hugo Strange. Is his name Hugo Strange? Yeah, it's Hugo Strange, the guy with the bald head and the chin strap beard. Yeah. Hugo Strange puts a subdermal device inside the Riddler's mind, and basically they were able to control him and basically make him into a killer, an assassin, right? I did a lesson on it, probably like 30, 40 minutes, but my channel was locked out for a week because of that. So go watch down on YouTube and see it for yourself, and you'll see that pretty much once they put that subdermal device in, they were able to control him and make him do what they wanted. Anytime they pressed the button on the thing, it would make the sound beep, and his eyes would come back, because like they would how they did it in the show is they had a machine, like some control in their hand. They press it and make a loud sound beep, and his eyes would roll back, and you just see the white. And then when they want to get his attention to give him an order, they press it again, beep, and his eyes would come back, and they tell him what to do, and then he'd go out and do it. And they told him to go pretty much kill Jim Gordon or whatever, right? So who's to say, again, same thing we're seeing with this. The flashing lights, no, clicking the flashing lights in the monkey's brain. Oh, no, take the low risk, take the low risk. See how it's brain control? But it's starting off small, and they're saying, oh, we just want to understand gambling addictions and things like that. But it's really understanding the mind of a person and how it works. And basically controlling you. Controlling the Lord's creation. So it starts little here, but eventually it moves up, right? No, this is not what I want. Again, it starts small, monkeys using animals, but then eventually it goes up to human testing. Starts off, we want to understand why gambling addiction, but then eventually they're going to want to understand other things. So this is Psalm 64:6. It says, they search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. So the heart of these individuals, beginning with Esau, Edom, is deep. It's not just, oh, okay, we want to understand gamma conditions. We want to understand, the Lord's creation. We want to understand why the Lord created man to be this way. And basically, we want to alter that. We don't want it to be in the image of the Heavenly Father. We want the Lord's creation to be in the image of man. So we want to get into the mind of the human psyche, get inside the mind, and understand what makes people do this and that, and how we could change it to how we want it to be. Right? They show you that in the movies. They show you that in the TV shows, always trying to alter and change up things. This is what they're doing in real life, right? So I believe that's it for the article. So I pray this video was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachah, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the whole elect. Shalom.